Welcome to another daily practice in our Year of Yoga sequence. Day 56 today for those playing along at home. As we sit in seated pose, bringing hands to heart space, setting our intention for today's practice. Maybe you want a little bit more flexibility. Maybe you want to find more flow or connection. Maybe you just want to be able to wake up the body. Taking our arms high now above our head, and then putting our fingers in mudra, middle finger touching the thumb. This mudra is great for improving stability and bringing our hands in front and then opening them wide as we take our chest towards the sky, finding your flow with this one, inhaling as we roll forward, exhaling as we open up towards the heavens, inhaling, exhaling. You might feel a bit like a bird here. And then planting down through the right hand, bringing the left arm up and over before crossing over to the left side. Breathing in, then exhaling. Inhaling, then exhaling. One more time each side. And then back to center. Twisting the upper body now around to the left. Right hand gently rests on left knee. Left hand is planted behind the bottom. Taking our gaze over the back shoulder. Over to the right side now. And we're just going to add a little bit of speed to warm up the back. So alternating sides, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Nice quick breaths. We're going to wake the body up. Create some warmth, heat, and really loosen the back. Crossing the legs over one another now. Big deep inhale. And then exhale as we forward fold the upper body over the lower body. You can stay up on your hands, pulling the upper body forward, if that feels good. Or you can come down onto your forearms for a bit of a deeper stretch. Or rest the chin on the top knee and then hugging the knees. Feet are resting beside the hips. And we're just finding some stillness here as we feel that beautiful stretch through the glute. Sending our breath to that area. As we change over, crossing the legs the other way, feet by our side. Big deep breath in, forward folding, over the top. Just letting your upper body melt over the knees, chin resting gently on the top knee, hugging the legs in, quietening down your thoughts. And then slowly pushing back up and crossing the legs and coming into tabletop position. We're going to run through some cat-cows. Dropping our stomach towards the earth, head tilts back, exhaling as we take our gaze between our legs and curl our back in the opposite direction. Exhaling into cat, inhaling into cow. Exhaling, inhaling. Taking the right leg long now and up and over the left. And just drop the hips back, keeping the upper body straight on with the top of the mat. Feeling a deep stretch here in the glute muscle. Bringing the right leg back, kicking the left leg back this time. And then up and over the right. And pushing back on the toes if you want to, pushing the heel away from the body. Keeping the shoulders square on. And then bringing that leg back to meet the right. Coming out to the side now, left leg out long, arms up, high above our head. And then taking the left arm, running it down the side of the left leg, right arm comes up overhead as we get this side bend. And then leaning the other way, right hand planting down, left leg coming up parallel with the floor, and then coming back to tabletop. Doing the other side now, so right leg goes straight out to the side, arms up, right arm running down the right leg, left arm coming overhead, left hand planting down, right leg coming parallel with the ground, and back to tabletop. I'm going to push back into downward facing dog, maybe pedaling out the legs. And then finding some stillness here, stretching the calves as we push our heels towards the mat. Hips are high, arms are long, fingers are spread wide on the mat. Bringing the right leg between the feet now, and then turning the body side onto the mat. Got this wide-legged forward fold. Planting the hands down in front, or you can grab the elbows if you like, or the shins. And pull your upper body closer to your legs. Or you can reverse the hands and try and pull the head through and under the pelvis. And the hands on hips as we slowly raise the body, bringing the feet in slightly, feet out on a 45-degree angle as we bring our hands to prayer position at heart center, into goddess pose. And then hands on our knees as we create some fluidity and movement through this pose. Maybe dropping each shoulder to the center, stretching out the legs. Coming back to goddess pose with cactus arms. This is a super grounding and empowering pose. Side lunge. Back to center. Opposite side. Back to center. I'm going to do it one more time each side. Feeling that beautiful stretch on the inside of the straight leg. Bringing our feet towards each other as we drop the bottom down into a yogic squat. Elbows are connected with the inside of the knees. Hands are in prayer position. You can close the eyes down if you like. And then dropping the hands to the mat, coming into downward facing dog. Finding some stillness here. Maybe taking the chest towards the thighs. Just holding here for a moment. And then bringing the left hand between the legs. We're going to do the sequence on the other side. Forward folding, legs wide, grabbing the elbows, now the shins, maybe trying to walk the hands through the legs. Coming to standing position, big deep breath in as we come into goddess pose. Standing up, then coming into side lunge. Holding for a breath. Other side. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Back to goddess with cactus arms. Hands on our knees as we add some movement to goddess. Big deep breath in. Walking the feet in as we drop down into our yogic squat. Keeping the chest high. Continuing to breathe, especially into any tight spots. Then placing our hands on the mat behind us. Hands are facing the feet, straightening the legs and lifting the body so that just only the heels and the hands are on the mat. Dropping the head back if you like. Engaging the core, embracing the glutes, and then gently coming to the mat and taking the upper body to the floor. I'm going to push the hips towards the sky now and come into bridge pose, squeezing the glutes, maybe interlacing the fingers underneath the body and pulling the shoulders away from the ears. This gets a beautiful stretch through the arms and the biceps. And then slowly coming back to the floor. Pigeon pose. Right ankle and left knee, flexing both feet, pulling the left leg towards the upper body. Breathe. Taking the left foot back to the mat, changing sides, left ankle to right knee, bringing the right leg towards the face. And then pushing the left knee away from the body. Crossing the left leg over the right. Bringing the right knee down towards the left side of the body. Arms are out in a T shape by our side. We're just getting this beautiful lower back twist. So come back up to neutral and then crossing the right leg over the left, bringing the left knee down towards the mat. And back to center. Unraveling the legs. And then bringing the soles of the feet together. Taking the knees out wide to butterfly pose. And then using the arms to push the legs away from the body. We want to create space between the sacrum and the lower back here. And pushing as hard as you can. Knees back together, hugging them in towards the chest and then grabbing the toes into happy baby. Keeping the back on the floor. Knees are out wide. Play around with it if you want to bring your legs a little bit higher as well. Hugging the knees one last time before we come into our final resting pose, savasana. Taking the legs long if that feels good. Palms are face up. Feet are falling heavy by our side. We'll be here for about 3 minutes. So just closing down the mind. And feeling body, mind and spirit become connected as you drop deeper and deeper into relaxation. Start bringing some awareness back into the body now. I always love putting savasana on the end of most practices. Sometimes it's the only time of the day that I get this deep sense of relaxation, peace and serenity. So I think it's important to add it in to our daily practice. As we start to bring some movement in, and then when you're ready, rolling over to one side before pushing up into seated pose. Sitting nice and tall, hands gently resting on the knees. Taking a moment to check in before bringing hands to prayer position at our third eye. May we have kind and loving thoughts today. As we lower them to our lips, may we speak kind and loving words today. As we lower them to our heart, may we have kind and loving intentions today. Just take a moment to think of one thing that you're grateful for right now. It could be someone or something. And then let it put a smile on your face. Namaste.